you can and have the willingness, the liberty, and the freedom to shut up.
Oh, Jesus. I need 1 second. Let me go shout real quick.
It's a brand new dance called the party hottie. She can do it, he can do it, do the party hot. It's something like a dance, but it's called the party hottie. A party ain't a party till you start the party hot. Everybody, slide to your left, move back twice, slide to your right, move it up a step.
Welcome to another edition of the Step Exchange. You guys, I had to go right back up to my home state, New York. All right, y'all, I had to go back home to interview the coach of Unity Queens. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm well.
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. All right, for everyone who know, I know we all know you, but for those who don't know you, please tell them your name.
I am Coach Allie Olivia, aka the H.C.I.C of the Unity Queen Steppers.
Come on, come on. All right, I know y'all are all ready, but before we get there, I'm going to show you all a clip of the Unity Queens. Take a look. And we are back. All right, Coach, are you ready for this? I'm ready. I am ready.
Let me sit up straight because I know you holds no punches, so I just want to be ready.
One thing I know about New York, y'all always tell the truth. Come on.
You have to get ready.
That's it. That's it. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Who are Unity Queens?
So the Unity Queen Steppers were founded in November of 2015, 2016, that school year, and it started out as just a couple of girls who were a part of the cheerleading team. Their season were ending, and they were just like, let's try this step thing out. We know a little bit about it. Cool. And through those 12 girls dedicating their time and every Saturdays to it, we developed a strong foundation of sisterhood, of community service, of a passion for using your voice to combat social justice. The Unity Queen Steppers, yes, we are a step team. We touch stages. We want to bring a story and make you hear us, feel us. Mm-hmm. But we're also a team that's like, well, what's happening as it relates to young Black women, and how can we use our voice and the movement from our bodies to make someone feel us and hear us? So it's an amazing step team that I've had the pleasure to start, develop, and see through these past 5 years. To be more than just a team, but to be a family, because I want to say family, not just sisterhood, because in families we fight, argue, dislike each other, but there is love for one another. Right. To know that no matter what, no one can make your voice be small. You are the loudest person in the room, period. Come on. I ain't been out here but for 2 minutes, and I'm about to start running around the room. Woo! And I love how you said, because most people, like with me, I would say stepping is, I always say it's an outlet for youth to express themselves. But the way you put it, I've never heard anybody put it that way, saying using our bodies, our souls to get people to feel us. I never said it that way. I done learned something today. You elevated my mind. I love it. I love it. Thank you for that. Reminds me of an episode of Different World where Jaleesa was there and she said college is more than just books. So just saying, not saying our kids can't do great, but it's the whole, you coach to the whole child. I love it. I love it. You about to make me start running around in this room right here, but I don't want to hurt myself and break anything in the house. All right. All right. Next question. You guys know I use my phone. What makes Unity Queens stand out from other step teams? It's always easy to say just the steps, but when I say our steps, I'm looking at our 3-part steps. Okay. I love beats. I think the thing that made me fall in love with stepping is the way in which a team can layer on a beat, add a little something different. Some people might be on the floor, some people might be jumping. Like taking those different beats and putting them together, I bring that to my team. And I think that's what my team takes, and that's what they also love. They love the 3-part steps. So you know that when UQ is going on the stage, you're going to get a beat. You're going to get some type of complicated, broken down 2 to 3-part beat in the middle, the beginning, the end. I'm gonna find a way to stick it in there.
Right.
So that's become, I don't want to say it, but that's become our signature. Like a 3-part beat step that's just going to make you feel like, oh wait, let me get a pen. I could write to this. Hold on.
Right.
That's how it's very Brooklyn to me. It makes me think of when I was back in my high school and we would be at the cafeteria table just, you gotta add to the beat now. That's UQ sound.
Yeah. Come on, it's taking me back to the greats in New York, the greats, the Nas's, the Biggies, the KRS-Ones. Come on, love it. Yeah.
Grittiness. Like that's what I look for when I'm listening to other people do something. It's like, ooh, wait, you hear that? That's not like the tap. Like you can hear the drums. You can feel that. That to me is like that's step right there.
And that is. It is. We're using our bodies to make beats. And when you feel that, I'm the same way. When I hear a team and I start hearing that beat, it is just like, I feel it in my soul. And I be telling the coach, I be like, I don't know if you meant for this to be there, but that right there just had me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it changes my whole mood. I could be having a bad day, having a rough day. And I can hear a step team step. And that beat would just be like, yes, so, okay, I take that. I like that. All right. Next one is, well, speaking of this, do you think New York City teams have the same style? Let me explain this. Because a lot of people know when you hear down south, you think of one thing, and when you hear up north, you automatically think, okay, this is a New York team. I can hear a beat and I can say, okay, that's a New York team. But do you think all New York teams have the same style?
No. I think all New York teams kind of embody that like swag of New York. Like you're going to get in the way in which we approach like coming up with a theme and how teams will say certain things. You could be like, oh, that's a New Yorker right there. I heard that little finesse trying to like be swaggy, but also throw a little shade in there. Like
right.
Like create a little, that sounds like a New Yorker. But I think all teams are very different in the way in which they approach their stepping styles. Like you have folks like the Players Club who are throwing straight beats at you, and it's like raw, it's rugged, and it's not just like a focus, especially if they're just entertaining, it's not a focus on being super precise. So it can look, if we were looking at this through like a judge's eye, they'd be like, oh, this is sloppy, but it sounds good, and the energy is palpable, you can feel it. So then I think of like a Brooklyn Tech step team who also very, very dope step team, but they're clean, and they're always clean, and it's not necessarily always about the beats. It's more about the technical aspect of hitting those moves and like getting those photos. You know when you're drilling your kids and you're like, I need that photograph. Where's that statue? Right. So I think you have that range of like gritty, we're here to entertain, blow you away with what we can do with our bodies, to like the technicality of throwing a move and it sounding and looking clean. Okay,
I'll take that. It makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. As a coach, because we're going to get to some battle teams at the end. But as a coach, what are some of your favorite teams you like to see around?
All the teams I compete against.
Right.
Or like have we been in the top 3 together? So I think of like Step is in Command. I think of New Gamma Psi ladies. I'm obsessed with them. Absolute. Those young men.
Yeah.
Blow me away every single time.
Oh yeah.
Mighty Rain, Mecca Dynasty.
Those two right there, Mighty Rain and Mecca Dynasty. I'm with you.
They throw you. I think of like Bomb Squad, Royal Diamond Family, Against All Odds, Royal Vision, and like I love them. I be in the. It's funny because when you go to competitions, you end up saying your competitor's chance, and I'll be right there in the audience, like
saying it with her, right?
The SSD, how can I not?
Right.
Not. She's amazing. I love the way our girls interact with each other on social media, because you know that could be a real catty space.
Right.
But our 2 teams to come together and have these across state lines bonds, amazing. There's so many teams like. I love it here. I love the way I'm able to kind of see so many different teams, even if I compete against them or I don't. Right. Shout outs to Instagram for that, because I wouldn't know about them Raider Boys if it wasn't for Instagram. And every single time I'm looking at a video, I'm just like, how do I get my team to be that precise? They got it. Like, what are they doing? Somebody help me, teach me, because as many times as I'm over here getting these girls' arms together, I'm like, we got to be that clean. They just love them.
Right. Well, see, and they will, and Richard won't ever tell you, so don't ever expect it, because look, because I had one of the one of the captains, he judges my show every year because he goes to school here in North Carolina. And at the end of one show, he was having like a master class, just showing steps, but he didn't show the secretive stuff. I was like, I'm just waiting for him to just show something. He wouldn't. He'll go all the way right to the line, but he's like, I'm not gonna cross in that line. Nope, you'll never know.
Even when I'm watching your team on, I'm like, it's a whole lot of y'all, and I only like to put 15 up on stage. It's a whole, and I'm the type to be like, drop a video in the group chat. Y'all see how clean this here ripple was? If this doesn't look, if my ripple don't look like this ripple tomorrow, I'm gonna have an attitude. Everybody
have an attitude.
I have an attitude, but like, I think because we have social media, it's so dope that we're able to see so many teams. Because now I have favorites in North Carolina, in Atlanta. I might not be able to compete with y'all on a weekend competition basis, but we can learn from each other or be inspired from each other, which is
right. Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. All right, so before we get into some of these hot topics, we're going to see one more video of Unity Queens. When we come back, we're going to jump into some of these hot topics. Everybody check out Unity Queens.
Me and my girls have power. I'm a female. Tell me, good sir, what is your superpower? After you, Q, S. Come on, ladies. What? All right.
Yeah, Naya.
All right, and we are back. All right, Coach Allie, are you ready for some of these hot topics here, ma'am?
I think so.
All right, here's one misconception that people have about your team and New York teams as a whole. We'll start with your team, if they have any.
One misconception I think that they have about the Unity Queen Steppers is that, I don't know, I would say that there's like a cattiness or a beef with other teams, specifically in our high school girls category. So like, let's say for instance, Coach Khalik, the Steppers in Command, love him, absolutely love him. Yeah. But there's been little instances here and there where, there's chatter and they're just like, oh, it's S.I.C. versus UQ, S.I.C. versus UQ. I love it when it's Coach Khalik and Coach Allie going head to head.
Right.
Because I love him and I love his style, I love his team, and vice versa.
Vice versa. What
I don't like is other people trying to make it seem like there's a hatred and a beef, because there's no hatred or a beef. It's two dope teams who are competitive. And we have young women. So yes, there's going to be a little, hold on, wait, let me adjust this wig or lace or whatever there's a kid guy in their head right now. Let me set up a little proper, because that competitive edge is there. And I think we are two amazing competitive teams who have respect for one another. And you're always going to see it from the coaches, because even when there's a dance, because at competition, they try to get people up and dancing. I'll be up and dancing. Coach Lee will be right there. We'll be dancing with each other. We be fake battling because we think that we still young and we got it like that. But it's all in love and fun and competition. So that's
right. And that was my next question. Do you and you kind of answered it. Do you think it's the outside people making the beef? It's not even the teams.
Always. I work at a high school. It's always the third party twice removed that is over here playing marionette. Let me jump. Let me stir this pot up, and let me just be looking around like, but who said I don't even? Always a third party.
Always a third party. We'll be like, I just came here to step, and y'all, what is going? Yeah, don't even know about it. Right.
Let me go home. Please go straight home, because I don't want to text y'all parents. I don't know where y'all at. Go home.
Right. All right. So this is a pop question here. I didn't put it on the thing, but I got to hear this. The talk of probably the weekend for about a good week was when Coach, I say Khalil, but he came on and he said his truth about how he felt about down south teams. And it was no hate, that just was his truth. And of course, nobody hit me up and was like, oh, he said that. It was like, okay, he's speaking his truth, and we all have it. Do you think that down south teams automatically think they're going to win a show when they go against New York teams? And I'm not one of them, because when I come to New York, I'm coming to New York after COVID, and I already know we're going to have a Saturday practice, and I'm throwing in a 3-part step, because I know. So, because I know.
I think that when you think about the history of stepping, the level that's expected from down south teams is left at a higher expectation than the north. So I think with that expectation, it is kind of like we are the better steppers because so much of the history originates there. There's no way to kind of avoid that. Whenever you leave your comfort zone and you come somewhere else, you have to have that level of bravado. So I see it as a good thing. I don't want to say that yes, automatically all down south teams come here with the chip on their shoulder, like, oh, it's in New York. It's 5 New York teams on this bill. We got it, y'all. But you should feel like that, because that's the same conversation all of us have with our kids. We've done this so many times. We've competed against these kids so many times. Y'all got this. It's just a bravado. It's a competitive bravado that I think is necessary to keep competition healthy. It only becomes unhealthy when it's ugly in the comments.
Right. In the comments.
Oh, in the comments. There is mess. I do not do mess. I do not participate in any competitions that I feel like could be messy. I do not participate where I feel like a team represents mess, because I want my kids to know that you can pick and choose where you put your drama-filled shoes, and we will not go there.
Can you say that? Pick and choose where you put your drama-filled shoes.
I'm not doing it, because as I have young women, I have to be protective of them.
Right.
And I need for them to learn everything does not warrant a response, sweetheart. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
You can and have the willingness, the liberty, and the freedom to shut up.
Oh, Jesus. I need 1 second. Let me go shout real quick.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Oh, you are right. You are telling the truth. It doesn't. I say it all the time. You know, you ain't got to really say nothing. And if people haven't noticed, when I post these on YouTube, the comments are off. You ain't gonna use this platform to start online bullying folks, and you do that to somebody else. Yeah, I don't even cut the comments on. Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like, I do love a healthy debate. I do love being pushed. So it's like everybody just like, well, Coach Allie, what did you mean by that? Or Coach Allie, why'd you say that? I welcome all conversation. It's when it takes a turn and now your focus is on, well, you need to get your eyebrows done anyway. And how is this helping me? Besides telling me that it's a pandemic and clearly my eyebrow lady is not available. So you can also be quiet. And I'm gonna be quiet and not serve this, because it no longer serves my spirit.
Correct. I had nothing else to say. That was it. Let me go. Let me move on. All right, here we go. Do you feel, and we hear it all the time, step is a sport, step is a sport, step is a sport. Do you feel step is a sport, and why?
It is absolutely a sport. It is unfair that our kids cannot earn college scholarships for the things that we get our kids to do. Just as a cheerleader is putting their actual physical body at risk, so are so many of our kids with their depth drops, with their basket tosses. There are so many overlaps of cheerleading to step. And there are other ways that, like, you see the athleticism with all male teams, their jumps, just the different things that we see our boys adding in push-ups to steps. Like, step is a sport. I'm tired of people pretending like it's not, just because they think, well, you're just making noise on your body. I end up with black and blues when it comes competition season. Just like any other athlete trains hard, steppers need to run, they need to eat right, they need to build their core, because they might be doing a tabletop stunt that relies on the cores of their respective partners to hold them up. We are teaching our kids health, and we are teaching our kids how to use their bodies. Tell me how that's not a sport. Because they're not bouncing or dribbling or throwing a ball. Sport does not equal necessity of a ball. Look at how many Olympics games they got that, what is it called, curling, where they throw that little circle and they're like brushing the ice. How is that a sport compared to step?
Right. I'm waiting too. Oh, 3 days later.
It just doesn't make literal sense. So stuff is a sport. Y'all can stop playing like it's not. Period.
Period. Point blank and period. Yeah, that's true. And I always say that because the culture that the step team has at my school now is like, oh, that's the step team. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, now the step team has the most people coming to tryouts. It's like when step team tryouts come, you would be like, is this the basketball football team? Because it's a big deal. Like it's the who made the step team? Where's the step team going? And
when you look at the trophy case, who has more trophies? Just saying, we are a competitive team. It's not just a club. It is a competitive sport.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Dancers are athletes, cheerleaders are athletes, gymnasts are athletes, steppers are athletes.
Yeah, got to build that enjoyment. I know my kids, they be like, my thighs hurt. I'm like, go home, take a bath, put some alcohol in it, rub on it, and then when they get their clogs, my feet hurt. Just you'll be fine. Just get used to it. You know,
exactly. You have a little bit of tolerance, okay?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you so very much for indulging in those hot topics with us. But we're going to go to this next section I like to call, it's called categories, all right? It's called categories. And each category, you're going to put two teams up against each other, all right? So I'm going to name the category, and you're going to tell me what two teams you would put in this battle. You're going to be like the female Don King. Remember back in the day when Don King used to get all the fights and stuff? We all that stuff before Mike Tyson had a bite in people's ear, but he did good this last time. But all right, here we go. Categories. Which two teams would you put in the category of an energy battle? Face-to-face energy battle.
Energy. Oh, just because they've already been kind of in this battle. Steppers in Command versus Mighty Rain. We got to see a do-over of the subway battle. Period.
Oh, they put that on the Instagram. Okay, I remember. Was that the one on the Instagram? I remember they had one on Instagram before.
I'm sure.
I think that was it.
We gotta see that.
Gotta see that.
We gotta see that again. I love it.
I love both.
On stage is always so amazing, and we gotta do it again.
Oh yeah, I love both them teams. Mighty Rain just when I saw them, I was like, yo, are y'all watching this? Because I don't know. And I saw Steps come. I was like, y'all get off the stage because I'm upset and I love it. All right, here we go. Next one is, what two teams are you gonna put in a precision battle?
Precision. Well, I have to say Dumb Raider Boys again because I mentioned them earlier. Absolutely. If we could do like an all male versus all female, I would love to see D versus DRB.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
That would be hot.
Okay, DRB versus DSSD. Okay, y'all heard that. That would be really nice too. Two different styles, but DSSD, they don't back down. DRB, so that'd be nice. That'd be dope. All right. Here we go. What two teams would you put in a ripple battle?
So for talking ripples, I want all parts. So let's say Unity Queen Steppers.
Okay.
Just for fun, New Gamma Style Ladies.
Okay.
They crush it. And it's like, I always feel like the top three in New York, New Gamma Style Ladies, Steppers in Command, UQ, we've been last season we were playing with those placements, so I would love to see UQ versus New Gamma Style Ladies on a ripple battle. Okay,
all right, I'll take that. That's what's up, and I love ripples. Ripples are my favorite. I could do ripples.
Trust me, I've been watching.
All right. Here we go. What two teams would you put? Oh Lord, this is my favorite. What two teams would you put in a being extra on stage battle? Animated, just crazy.
Animated? So when I think animated, teams that bring that extra energy where you're going to feel this theme, I think of Mecha Dynasty because they take over the entire room. They're on the stage, they're coming from the wings, they are everywhere. And I think that a team that can handle that energy, highly qualified.
Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you, when we came up to New Jersey And of course, I saw Highly Qualified all over the internet. I was doing my homework, like she was doing her homework on me. I'm like, Tamika, I'm doing my homework. And I was like, okay, Highly Qualified is the middle school that's been winning all these shows. So let me do my homework and watch them because I know they were watching me. That's what you do. And I was like, okay. So when I got to New Jersey, the first team we run into and we're waiting in line with is Highly Qualified. I said, oh, Lord God. And I'm looking at my kids like, if you move out that zone, I'm going to throw each and one of y'all off this bus. Y'all better stay in. I was just like, oh, and they went right before us. I'm watching them like, and I told my team, if y'all don't go out there and eat this floor, they just killed this floor. If y'all don't go out here and eat, so I love it. I love Highly Qualified.
Every single time, eat. They just
eat. They do. And I was like, y'all don't eat this floor up, but they just came and just did this. Y'all ain't eating tonight. You won't eat. You won't have nothing. No pizza, no chicken, nothing to drink, nothing.
Why are we here?
Right. All right, here we go. What two teams, and we talked about this now, would you put in a theme battle? Theme
battle. Theme is my favorite thing. Absolute. Those young men, any theme that they bring on, they just completely embody. And I'm just like, what did I just watch?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many teams. I'm thinking of a different team. Royal Vision. Coach Achu is she and her co-coaches, they are so clever and creative with their themes. Mm-hmm. They've been witches, they've been chefs, they've been airport conductors, like they've been flight attendants. I just love the way in which they've been like taking themes all over the place. Versus Absolute, who's done like they did a caveman theme at
I remember that
first competition. I was just like, what did we watch? It was
right.
a whole production.
Yeah, I saw their costumes. They had it on Instagram. I thought it was awesome.
It was incredible. And like those two themes, when I tell you it's about the story, and so many teams do this, but like if I'm doing a battle where I really want to see coaches battle it out,
mm-hmm.
like honorable mentions, we know Coach JJ will come and he will take you somewhere, and you're just like,
right.
I'm in the 70s. Thank you for
right.
the support to this entire new era.
Right.
If that was a three-way battle, that would be sick.
That'd be it. Okay, we made that a three-way battle. And let me tell you about Royal Vision. I don't know if they meant to do this, but I was watching a step. I even posted it on one of the videos. The step was speeding up. I was like, did they meant for that step to crescendo like that? I was like, yo. And I was just like, I got to get them on there because I got the act. So they are coming on very soon. They are coming on. I said, I got the act. Them little thing we talked about earlier, I was like, yo, the beat is slowly speeding up. Like, yo. I was like.
You're taking me there. And then when you end, however you end, it's just like, mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I love it. I love it so much. All right, I have one more question for you. All right, one more question. What battle would it? It could be three-way battle if you want to. If you had to put one team against your team, a face-to-face battle, and you knew this will be the battle of the century, what team would that be?
I think the only way to make us feel like we gotta rise up and really do something insane mm-hmm. would be the team that we have never competed next to or saw in person.
Okay.
And a team that we really love and respect is Chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
And like their energy is so raw.
Mm-hmm.
I think UQ would have to be on some, let me sit up straight. Like that same feeling you mentioned when you saw mm-hmm. how to talk, let me sit up straight and hold on.
Right.
Because that would be a battle of the century because we're going to give it our all in terms of let me hit every beat, every move, and every sharpness of my head turn. And I know Chaotic is going to throw right back at us. Mm-hmm. So it's not you can't be comfortable. You have to be ready. Mm-hmm. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That would be that would be that energy that I would love to see.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Century.
That'd be dope. And one thing like I said, I love about your team, when I watch the videos, y'all complete the step. And what I mean by that, if you have a beat that's going 1, 2, 3, 4, most, and I'm not saying any teams, because kids sometimes they step so fast, they'll go 1, 2, 3 and kind of skip the 4. You guys get the boom, 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 and you kind of there you go. It's like they complete the step. They don't go to 1, 2, 3 and think because 4 goes to another part, they can skip it. They get that whole boom, and then they keep going. I was just like, does anybody see this but me? I was like, yes, UQ, they finished the step. And if I was a judge, I'd be like, thank you for finishing each step. Explanation point, explanation point. There it is. So
had people come into my practice and just like, why your eyes closed? We'll fix the precision and the heads. I'm gonna fix that. If the foundation of the steps aren't hitting that metronome that I hear in my head, stop. Do it over. I don't care how you feel. Do it again. Because those beats are important.
They are. Yeah, they are. That's hence the name Step Team. Step.
Exactly.
You know, we want to hear the steps. Hear the steps. Well, Coach Allie, I do appreciate you coming on here with me today. This was awesome. I am so excited everybody to watch this because you hit some points that when I tell you, you hit. So take notes because I was over here like, let me take these notes because you hit some points today. Thank you so very much. And please keep Please continue doing what you are doing. Of course, we see you down here down south. Trust me, I've been watching y'all and I stalk Instagram. I like to see what a team's doing just because I just love the culture of step. So I appreciate you and all that you're doing and all that you're doing with your girls. And I just keep being you because it's working.
Thank you for having us. Like I said, I'm a young coach. So a lot of the teams that I mentioned, a lot of the coaches that I mentioned, those are the folks that I look up to in the step community. And like looking down south, looking at the way in which y'all's kids come through the videos that you share, I know that richness of step is everywhere. And I hope very soon that we're able to connect off of this digital. You know,
we are because when I tell you after COVID, I'm going everywhere. I'm coming to New York, I'm going to Texas. I'm like, you know what? I got to because it's just like I'm speaking to everybody. It's like I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna start raising money from the beginning, and I'm gonna all right. If I got to hit the train, because it's a train that goes right here from Charlotte, that goes right to Grand Central Station. So we got to hit the train. We got
yeah. On that train.
That's it. All right, well, everyone, thank you for watching this edition of the Step Exchange. I am Coach B, and I always got something to say.